Hello and welcome to GM-BIST construction. This is Benedict. Today we are going to learn how to add our wall load to our roof beam and how to know when a particular span is not too, or let me say, if there's need for you to introduce your beam at certain span to reduce the span because to avoid sagging of your roof. Now, by practice, I've observed that any span that is up to 5 meters, or let's say 4.5 or 4.8 thereabouts, if you don't introduce an intermediate beam between short span at the end of your the execution of the project, you discover that at that particular place your roof may be sagging because the type of timber we use this time around does not have that required strength to actually carry out some of these, to carry the load from the roof. So let's measure. So if I just click on my beam here, I will already know that the beam length here is 4.8 and at the other end is 5 meters. So definitely I will have to introduce an intermediate beam. So I can just click on one of the beam, go to property, and then I will introduce my intermediate beam to reduce this span. Usually whenever you want to introduce your beam, always try to introduce your beam at the shorter span. So at this length we have our 5 meters and at the other side we have our 4.8. So this side is the shortest distance, so we don't need to introduce our beam in the x axis, we introduce it at the y axis to reduce the span at this place. And so you can see that for your roof, usually it's the external walls that are carrying your roof walls, like your parapet wall, the external beam that are going to carry your parapet wall. So for some person they will decide to add your load to all the beam to be on the safer side, but for design purpose, to avoid over designing, because when you add your load at this beam, the reinforcement here will not be as the same as when this beam is not going to carry your fascia wall, the parapet wall. So this is what I will do. I will just click on one of the beam, then I'll say edit wall load. So this is 3.47 for Nigeria blocks, and then the height just 1.5 meters, and then the thickness, the wall thickness, the size of the block, which is 0.225 in meters, and this is okay. So I can now copy, I'll click on this, I'll now select my external beam, click, 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 click. Let me add for this one, I'll paste. So you can see the external walls are now be added. Okay, although this one is going to carry a slab, so let me add on this too. Let me add on this. 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 Add on this. Let me stick paste. So I'm pasting because I want to show you. And I see that wherever I add it now changes. So I will now add, yes. So I've added my wall load to my external beam, the one that will carry out the one that will carry the load, the parapet load. So if you actually want to be on the safer side, or just want to, in case you want to have a trial to see how the building reaction will be if in the course of your construction you decided to introduce load at different beams here, you can just select whole of your structure. You right click, paste, copy. So everywhere will be loaded. For the standard, the best way to do is to only apply at the external wall, or the ones that are going to carry the beams that are going to carry your wall load. So this is just how to apply your wall load to your roof fascia, or your roof fascia load to your beam. Normally it's been the fascia, the wall fascia is actually at the beam, the external beams. So do subscribe to our YouTube channel for more of our tutorial videos. I remain Benedict from GM-BIST Construction.